currently in Oswego right now, about 6:30 in the morning, so almost 7 in the morning. We're experiencing light snow flurries right now, courtesy of a hybrid lake effect event. Because it's lake effect and also it's not lake effect. We're supposed to be getting a storm system that's coming in tomorrow. This snow is actually coming off of Lake Huron, and then it passes over Lake Ontario, but where there isn't really much wind, so it picked up some moisture off of Ontario. So why this is hybrid is because it passed over land and was still snow, but this is elevated and non-convective. Lake effect is almost always convective with thunder and lightning, like what we had the other night when I recorded. That was 2 nights ago. The grass is green here. Oswego only got like a dusting to maybe a quarter to half an inch of snow. Fulton, not even 10 miles to my south, as the band shifted south, it actually continued to flow into Fulton. Fulton ended up getting about several inches of snow. And most of the snow you're seeing on the ground is from right now, and not from the earlier event that gave Fulton almost 3 inches and gave Oswego only a dusting. Yeah. If I ever graduate, I'm probably going to move to Watertown, because Watertown always gets like a ton of lake effect. Anyway, yeah, if you look closely, you can see there's some cumulus, but most of the clouds are stratiform. And also there's almost no wind. And in order to get lake effect, you need at least a breeze coming off the lake, especially off the long fetch. And based on what I'm seeing, the winds are coming out of that direction, which is good for lake effect. Or actually, you don't want the wind coming out of this direction. You want the wind coming out of that direction, west-northwest wind. And the winds, from what I can tell, especially just above the surface, are coming in out of the northwest, which is not conducive for lake effect. Lake effect snows here in Oswego historically have contributed to as much as 70 to 80% of Oswego's accumulation, which often ends up being over 100 inches. This doesn't really happen anymore because the lake band either goes north of Oswego or south of Oswego, or if you do get the band right over Oswego, it's usually just it's too close to the lake to accumulate. Usually Oswego gets its biggest lake effect events usually in the middle of the winter, when you get really Arctic air coming over, like very cold temps. It's still possible that Oswego could get a significant lake effect event, but in order for that to happen, we need to be an Arctic blast, like a big Arctic blast with west-northwest winds. Not northwest and not west. It has to be west-northwest. Anyway, for Oswego to get like a significant lake effect event, and for that Arctic blast to happen, there would not only need to be an Arctic blast, but for that Arctic blast to happen, the PNA would need to go positive. The Pacific North American pattern would need to go positive. The Arctic oscillation would need to go negative. And so would the North Atlantic oscillation would also need to be negative. That's been kind of rare lately. Like the NAO did go negative, but the AO was neutral to positive, and the PNA was negative. Now that the PNA is actually positive, the NAO has been closer to neutral, trending positive, and the AO, the Arctic oscillation, has been trending neutral as well. So you would probably need the PNA to go very positive. for the NAO to go negative. Anyway, snow's ending. Just a few flurries. This is not convective snow, so this is not true lake effect. In fact, usually with lake effect, there's more convection. So in order for Oswego to get that very significant lake effect, you need a gusty west-northwest wind, very cold temperatures aloft, and the lake to be very warm. So best time for this to happen in Oswego is either December, January, or early February. So in order for that to happen, the Arctic oscillation would have to be negative. The PNA has to be positive, and the NAO preferably negative, or at least or closer to neutral. And looking at the teleconnections, I just don't see that happening. So anyway, thank you for watching. Bye.